Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading, and today is May 13th, 2024, and today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Dow Jones extends higher, but not by much. However, looking at today, no major economic events scheduled. So looking at the various markets, just a general pause in the market is just almost happening across the board. So starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs really unchanged. As we look and shift to the indices, we're watching the Dow Jones extend a little bit higher while the NASDAQ remaining unchanged. Now looking at gold and oil both tapering lower. And as we look at the stocks, it's very stock specific. Okay, JP Morgan and Meta both pushing higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin remains unchanged as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD. Now I'm not going to delve too much into it because the markets are really unchanged. I mean, we've been in a 20 to 15 pip range for the Euro USD over the past couple of days. So I'm not going to jump into it too much. So we are pausing here. The question is, are we going to make a correction or are we going to extend it? So just keep in mind, all right, that we are at the top range here, okay, for the Euro USD. The GBP also made its extension, but also no real impetus to move it higher. Now jumping into the Japanese yen also, out of all of them, the Japanese yen also making a complete line here as it's, tapering off from its volume. Okay, so you do want to look forward to some sort of movement in the markets, but if it's not giving to, don't press. Okay, that's the lesson for today. Now jumping into commodities, gold tapering off here from 23.72 down to 23.50, which is a decent descent there as that corrected itself, but not by much. So keep that in mind. And if we jump into crude oil, also did really retrace itself almost about $2 over the past couple of days, okay, but nothing really big. Now jumping into the US markets, this is where it gets interesting because the Dow Jones pushed higher and the NASDAQ did not, okay, which is kind of questionable because remember, the NASDAQ was the one that pushed us higher earlier in the market as that was fueled by the tech stocks. NVIDIA pushed us higher, Meta pushed us higher, at some point Microsoft pushed us higher, but that has tapered off, okay? So there seems to be a shift in the market. Now, it is stock specific because if you look at JP Morgan, that not only closed the gap, but almost took us our all-time record highs. We're only about 2 points away from it. So this is something I'm going to be looking for an extension to today to see if that's going to exhaust itself or is it going to push higher. And the other tech stock that really pushed higher also was Meta. Okay, Facebook also pushing higher, just grinding. Now it's closing the gap, which is really important because this is a telling sign whether it's going to go higher, just like JP Morgan did, or it's going to fill in the gap. And that's what I'm looking to see what's going to happen there. Now looking at Apple, it's just trading in a sideways. Okay, so nothing really jumping out when it looks at the rest of the stocks. Now lastly, looking at Bitcoin also, it's maintaining its downwards trend line, but didn't really sell off, okay? It looks like it's more like consolidating in this area than anything else, but I'm keeping an eye on that red line as a possible downwards momentum for Bitcoin as well. So keep that in mind as well. So as the week progresses, I believe we'll have more opportunities just starting out the week where we're tapering off with low volume. So keep that in mind. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.